The third Monday in January is known as Blue Monday. Why? It's supposed to be the most depressing day of the year. Will it be the most depressing day of the year for you this year? Look, there are obvious social and environmental factors at play. Here in the UK, the weather is wet, the mornings and evenings are dark, people aren't going out as much and seeing their friends. There's a social retraction after Christmas, whether it's people have run out of money or they're on a new diet or they're doing dry January. We are staying in more. We are seeing less of the people we love. That clearly has an impact on our emotional state and how we feel about ourselves. And that's before we even think about watching the news and what's going on in the news cycle and the state of the economy and everything else. But for me, usually at this time of year, my depression or how I feel about myself or my negativity has got nothing to do with the weather or the news cycle or the fact that I'm not seeing as much of my mates. It's the perennial realization that I'm the same old fuck up that I was last year, that whatever grand ambitions and goals and intentions and resolutions I started the year with, 2 or 3 weeks into the year now, I realize that it's not new year, new me. It's new year, same old me. And for those of us who are hard on ourselves, for those of us who are insecure overachievers, we will berate ourselves for that. We won't recognize our progress on a year ago. We'll only see our faults, our limitations, and where we're falling short of our ideal. But not this year. I'm saying to myself, not this year, Rory, not this year. I'm not going to do that to myself any longer. As a new dad, I've been thinking about parenting styles. I read or heard recently that children need their parents to show them both high standards, to model high standards, but show them high levels of support. Those two things together is what's best for a child. And I thought, as adults, we still need parenting, but we've got to do it for ourselves. So therefore, ask yourself, are your standards high enough? Now, they almost certainly are if you're watching this, because you're an insecure overachiever and you'll always set very high standards for yourself. But is there an area where you're not quite rising to the level of your best self? You could have a look at that. I think the other side of the coin is likely to be the problem. It's the support bit. So ask yourself, am I offering myself enough emotional support to show up at my best? Because if we just beat ourselves with a stick, if we all stick really high standards, measuring ourselves against those high standards, purely looking at our imperfections, our failures, and then chastising ourselves, we are going to achieve our goals. Probably, potentially, hopefully, but it's going to take a hell of a lot from us. If we can show ourselves high levels of emotional support, we can achieve, but we can get there in a lower friction, more enjoyable way. So this year, the lesson for me is let go of self-loathing. I think I'm too old. There's too much I still want to achieve for that shit to hold me back any longer. So my intention for 2026 is be nice to myself. What's yours?